Hey guys, my name is Robert Joseph Strada. Today I'm going to teach you what to do when someone says, I need to think about it, okay? I am going to make sure this is the last video you ever need to watch. There's tons of videos like this on YouTube and on the interwebs, okay? I want this to be the last one. I'm going to try to compress it 20 to 30 minutes or less. I'm going to go over everything you need to know, all the word tracks, all the mentalities, so you never need to watch another one again, okay? You can self-correct yourself forever and you understand how to conquer this one, okay? Word tracks. I want to give you word tracks. That is the goal. My goal is also to give you questions to ask yourself and to ask the client. On top of that, I want you to be able to self-correct again, so it is no longer a problem forever. You've conquered one thing in the sales process. My name again, Robert Joseph Strada. Why am I qualified to talk about this? I've been mentored one-on-one by Grant Cardone's elite sales team. They are the best sales team on the planet. They built a 9-figure company in 3 years with no outside revenue, no outside income, no outside capital investors, purely from the sales team. I was a part of that. On top of that, I've also bought more $10,000 programs, and I know what to do with. I've learned from pretty much every single salesperson. I've also done door-to-door. I've been shot at 9 times while I was doing door-to-door. I was interviewed by the news, most famous guy, door-to-door guy, for about a month. And after that, I also then became the best setter in the company after getting shot at. And so one thing that, Grant Cardone and our team, we've mastered is how to handle basic objections. Like I need to think about it, little smoke screens, little chicken exits, okay? So we're going to start off with the framework. And I'm going to go from basic to advanced. So you're going to want to stick to the end. That's why it's important. We're going to go over the framework, and that's the most important thing. So I'm going to give you a lot of value up front. You're going to listen. This is the formula. This is the formula you're going to take, and you're going to remember until the day you die and the day you stop cold calling or the day you stop doing sales. This is the objection framework. And again, this is taught to me by Grant Cardone, but it works very well. Listen, acknowledge, isolate, validate, determine type of objection, close or handle. Okay? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to listen. They say something to me. I need to think about it. Okay? They might take a couple seconds to do the objection. Hey, I need to think about it. Listen, I really appreciate you for your time. You've been so great. Thank you so much. At the end of the day, I just think that, I'm gonna need to take a minute or two. Might need to take a week. I'm not saying no. I just need to. They're gonna take like 15 seconds to object.
Ew.
And what you're gonna do is you're gonna zip it. You're gonna zip it. You're gonna throw that key away, and you're gonna shut up. You do not interrupt them. If you interrupt them, they're gonna hate you, and you are gonna lose the sale, and you are gonna look like you're not in control of your emotions. I want you to picture somebody that's saying, I need to think about, wait, what do you need to think about? Like, it's not going to work. So first thing you need to do is listen. And that is a part of the SOP. And you're going to acknowledge. Again, I used to have, there's so many ways to acknowledge. Understood. Makes sense. 100%. Completely. Definitely. No doubt. Oh, that makes complete sense. Yeah, 100%. There's a million ways you could acknowledge, but that's some form of an agreement, which is the number one rule of sales. Agree. I used to have an entire list of different ways I could agree with somebody, and I used to practice them so I could have them in my subconscious. So there's tons of ways to do it. Okay. So I am going to isolate it and be like, hey dude, I might say typically when people say I need to think about it, it really means one of 3 things. I mean, it's either maybe you don't have the budget or this. And I'll give them 3 options, but I want to double isolate. I want to validate it. Hey, look, you needing to think about it. This is the one that breaks people's brain. Validate. This breaks people's brain. Hey, look, completely understand that you want to think about it. That wouldn't stop you from doing this thing, would it? And they might actually be like, believe it or not, I swear to God, sometimes they'll be like, no, I guess not. I swear to God. I swear to God. All right. Or they say no, which is probably going to happen more often than not. But you'd be surprised. You're validating it. Now I'm going to determine the type of objection. I'm actually not going to rip this. I want to make sure I get you guys the best information. We literally have an SOP here. Determine the type. Determine what the objection is about. Is it about product, price, you? Is it a stall? Is it valid? Is it invalid? Spoken or an unspoken objection? What is an unspoken objection? That's a black swan, talked about by Chris Voss. And then after you determine the type, okay, again, what is it about? We don't know yet. We need to figure it out. It's probably, I'll tell you what, first of all, think about it, it's a smokescreen, but I'll tell you that even if it wasn't, think about it, it's not a real statistic, but half of the time, there's another objection. But for this, there's almost always something. And it's probably about certainty. It's about trust. Can you deliver your shit? Can you actually help me out? if I give you money, can you give me the result? Or even half of the result that you said that you could. And if it's not trust about you, it's typically trust about themselves. I've done things like this before. Like, I just don't know if it's going to work out. That's probably like the two things. It's like trust in themselves or trust in you is probably like almost always what it is. Close or handle. Can you close or do you need to handle it, right? All that is that's the last step. Either I'm closing them or I got to handle the objection. Close them or handle the objection. Quite simple. Okay, now I need you to understand, this is the mentality. You're getting your mind right of what it means. And I dove into it a little bit with the framework. I couldn't help myself, but you have to understand that think about it means that they are uncertain. Okay, you have to know that. It's uncertainty about the product. It's uncertainty about you being able to deliver. It's uncertainty about the fact that they've done. No, Bob Ross, dude. Bro, I'm gonna have to tape him here or something now. Oh my God. Okay, little Bob Ross is gonna chill right there. Don't move. Just stay right there. Okay. All right. Hold up. Okay. Again, I don't trust you, the product, or myself. We just went into that. Number 3, you will lose the deal if you are not a little B word. I'm deciding if I want to swear and bleep it out later, even though I said the S word like 80 times already. You're gonna lose the deal if you're a little. Okay. You need to confront them. Okay. You need to say, hey, what's your real concern? What's going on? Is it the product or is it me? Hey, look, just be real with me. I understand you need to think about it, but like, what is your real concern? Hey, how much of what I said do you even believe? Oh, you don't believe any of it. Hey, guess what? Even half of that was true. Would you give me a shot? What's the worst case? What's the best case? What's the cost of doing this? What's the cost of not doing this? When's the last time you did something like this? What happened? What happened? What happened? Okay. What if we're different? Here's how we're different. Here's the information you gave me about the last guy, and here's how I'm going to tell you why we're different than the last guy, even though we're probably not. No, I'm just kidding. Again, if you guys are worried about being pushy, like you think I'm a guy with a baseball bat on a sales video, pushy. Yeah. I am, but look, I want to be curious, dude. I'm just curious. Like, what? Listen, I know you need to think about it, but like, what does that process look like? I don't want, like, I'm going to get off this call. You're not going to contact me again. I already know that. When people say I think about it, I know that that is not a real thing. So I'm just curious, like, what does that look like? I'm just curious. Like, are you going to sit in a rocking chair with a cigar and a glass of whiskey on the rocks and like think about it? Are you going to talk to your wife? Are you going to like, I'm just being curious. That's it. That's my mentality. I'm just curious. Like, what does that look like? 5, I'm going to weaponize the information, dude. Again, any piece of information he gives you on the call or you get, this is gonna sound bad, but I'm gonna use it against him. Okay. I'm gonna use it for the product that I know that you need, and I know people are scared of making decisions. I know this is ethics. I know the product is gonna help you because of what you told me on the call. The reason why you need to think about it is because you're scared. And it's okay. That is why I'm here. I am a coach. I'm a salesman, but I'm a coach. You don't want to believe me? That's fine. I am a coach and a salesman. All right. I'm coaching you to make a decision to better your life because you are too scared to make a decision for yourself. So I'm going to weaponize the information you told me, and we're going to get this deal done. Number 6, you got to, again, you're worried about burning them. What's the worst case scenario you're worried about happening? Hey, man, you're pressuring me. You're pushing me. Okay. Again, you need the mentality. You need to understand the information that they're not going to call you back. You need to understand that, think about it as a chicken egg in a smoke screen, and it's not real. The worst case is them saying like, hey man, like I just like, I think you're pushing me a little too hard. And like, you have to understand, hey man, look, if you want to use a stereotypical line that everybody uses, is that, hey, look, pressure makes diamonds. Okay. Sure. I've heard that a million times. I've been taught that by a million closers, but like Tom Brady was coached by Belichick with pressure. That's why Tom Brady was great. Tom Brady did not get great on his own. Michael Jordan pressured his team to be best, and that's why they're the best. Are you using just sports analogies? Yes. Kobe Bryant pressured his team. That's why they're the best. That's when I type in legend in Google. I just type in the word legend. The movie with Will Smith does not come up. When I type in legend, Kobe Bryant's name comes up because he pressured his team. And he pressured himself more than anybody else could. And since you can't pressure yourself like David Goggins, I got to pressure you for you. Otherwise, you're not going to make a decision. You're comfortable. And I'm making you uncomfortable so you can make a decision that's going to change your life. So here's some questions for yourself to ask first. Again, these are important. You have to know this. Again, I'm trying to make it so you never have to deal with this ever again. Okay, like just solve it one time and then you understand. When did it come up in the call? Did it come up in the middle? Did it come up? That means you did a terrible discovery. Did it come up in the end? Did it come up in the beginning? Okay, handling an objection of I need to think about it at the beginning or the middle and the end. It's totally different. If it happens in the middle, you're screwed. You just really just messed up somewhere. At the beginning, it's a smokescreen most likely. In the end, you're going to handle it entirely different way. Number two, does this objection happen often? Am I getting it a lot? Why am I getting it? If I am, what time is it coming up in the call? That means I got to take a little time out of my day and I have to review. I need to look at my call. Why is it coming up? What am I saying? Is something going on in my tonality? Am I selling him too hard? Am I not asking enough questions? Am I being too hostile? Am I being too friendly? Am I being, whatever? And that's the next question. How was my discovery? Listen, like people are going to buy for one reason only, and that's to solve a problem. So I need to get what is your problem? What was your goal? At the end of the day, these people people don't know what their problem is. You could ask things that you think they already know, and then they will literally they won't know. Like, hey dude, listen, you've been wanting to solve this problem for 5 years. Is that correct? Yeah, I guess it is. What happens if you don't do this and we talk a year from now? Well, shoot, I'm going to be in a worse position. They don't even think about that. So wait a second. If you do this, you're going to make $1 million in revenue in 3 months. Is that what you're saying that the opportunity in your area is if you use this program? Yeah, I guess that is right. Hey, look, is that real to you? I don't want to put words in your mouth. No, that's very real. I could definitely make $1 million in 3 months if I just had this material. They don't know that. You have to like ask them and probe them. Hey, dude, like who's relying on your success? Oh, my family is. They're not consciously thinking about it. Okay, so how much talking do I do? You don't want to do. Everybody should know this. That again, but so it's probably one of the biggest things that get violated in sales. Aside from agreeing, I think that the number one thing people violate in sales is they don't acknowledge, they don't agree with the prospect. Totally understand, 100%. I'm with you. That's the first thing. Second thing is that they talk too much, especially in the close. You are, and we're going to go over this later. It's question-based selling. Question-based selling. Well, understanding you think about it. I mean, at the end of the day, I totally understand. I mean, you should think about it. Most people that we talk to do want to think about it. What exactly, just so I'm clear on my end, does that process look like of you thinking about it? And then I want him to like talk for like at least 3 times more than I'm talking. And that's not just in the close. That's like the entire call. I want him to talk more than me. Number 5, what is my speed, tone, and conviction? I don't want to be machine gun Kelly going 1,000 miles an hour. Also, my tonality right now on this this video, I'm a bit aggressive, but this is because I'm in like I want to teach you guys mode. I'm not in sales mode. If I'm in sales mode, I'm like a super sweet, kind human being that just cares about other people, and I'm very, very empathetic, and I want to help people, and I have a different tonality, right? So you have to check your tone. How is my conviction? Like, am I convinced this product is going to help you? Do I know that from the bottom of my soul that you doing this has an extremely higher probability of you succeeding than you not doing this and continuing on your own? I have to have the conviction. And again, number 6, Black Swan. Chris Voss teaches this. I'm going to link his book, okay? That is the validation piece. Think about it. Is not a real that's not a real objection. Something else is going on. I don't know what it is. I know most likely what it is because people that say that typically most of the time have the same objection. It's not price. It's most likely not price. It's most likely not that they're broke. It's typically trust. Okay, if they know you can help them with 100%, they are going to get the ROI back in the time that you told them 100%. Do you think they're not going to do it? If you had an ATM you stood in front of, this is a closing line, by the way. If you had an ATM you stood in front of and you put $1 in it, sir, and $10 came out, you'd stand in front of the ATM machine all day long. True or false? Yes. Okay. So they would do it. There's a black swan in there, unknown, something they're not telling you. If they don't tell you because you're being a little, you're not confronting them, you will never, ever, ever get the deal. Number 7, am I committed? Okay. Creativity follows commitment. That is, I should write that on a goddamn tombstone. All of this, everything here on top of any word track I'm going to give you that I've learned from people that are much better at closing than me, much better at closing than me, have made these word tracks and have made these sayings because they were committed. When you're on a call and you have that conviction, you just find a way to utilize information that they gave you in a creative way, in a creative word track, in a creative question that kind of catches them off guard, and you mind them, you know? And they're like, dude, you're right. You're right. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? I don't need to think about it. I just need to do it because you're committed. Okay, now we got the pretty lights are off. Oopsie daisies. But now we're going to go off the actual stuff you could utilize. This is the part why you wanted to stay around. Tactics and power weapons. All right. So number one is a tactic is pretend to do it. You need to think about it, completely understand. Most people I talk to do want to think about it. That makes complete sense. Okay. How much time do you need? Like a day? Do you need a week? Oh, I just need a day. Completely understand. Let's set up a time tomorrow that you can get back to me. What time works for you? I got 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 1 p.m. Okay. I just shot the invite to you. By the way, I learned this one from Jeremy Miner, I think, was that he'll pretend to do it. A lot of people hate on Jeremy Miner. Look, I don't hate on any sales trainer. I think that there's just a lot of actually every sales trainer hates on every single sales trainer. By the way, I'm not trying to be a guru. I'm not trying to be a sales trainer. I'm just trying to help people out. Okay, just so we're clear on that. But I want to pretend to do it. Okay, look, I just shot the invite. Did you get the invite? Yeah, we're ready to talk at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Completely understand. Before we get off, now we're all scheduled, to talk tomorrow at 1 o'clock. What does that process of you thinking about it look like? What is you thinking about it exactly look like? Oh, I just want to take some time to ponder and want to scratch my head and eat a pizza and think about it. And then you can just rip them apart with your word tracks, okay? Yep. Number two, you're going to use humor. If you can't tell, like I use a lot of humor in these videos. I'm a very humorous guy. I like to balance, but you have to balance your professionality with your humor. You need to, I want to say 50-50, but it's really not. It's probably like 80% professional, 20% humor, but you need to put your personality into it. You need to be a human being. If they wanted a robot, they would buy from AI. And then you would just be an order taker. You wouldn't be a salesman. So number three is going to be small pauses. Well, I understand, man. You should think about it. Most people that I talk to want to think about it. Let me ask you something. Does you thinking about it, does that get you closer to the goals of reaching 3 million, giving the business to your kids like you told me, and retiring yourself? Does that get you closer to it or further away? I'm using small pauses. And then I'm also, when he answers, I'm actually going to pause as well. He's going to answer. And then I'm going to sit there for 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Yeah. I mean, what does happen if you do that? So, and then again, these things are stereotypical, but they're stereotypical for a reason. I mean, guess what? At the end of the day, sir, just be level with me. Scale 1 to 10. I mean, how sold are you that this is going to help you reach your desired goals faster and more profitable while eliminating the risk? I mean, on a scale 1 to 10, 1 being it would never ever work, 10 being you're ready to do it tomorrow. And I always say that. I always say 10 being you're ready to do it tomorrow, because if I say you're ready to do it now, he'll always give me a lower number. So 1 being you'd never do it, 10 being like you're ready to rock and roll tomorrow, basically. Oh, I'm like a 5, dude. Really? Why so low? And if he says a 10, really? Why so high? I'm a 9. Really? Why so high? I'm a 4. Really? Why so low? You understand that that's the preceding question after the 1 to 10 scale. Oh, interesting. You're a 5? I'll be really honest with you. I've had no one ever buy that was below a 7 before. I take full responsibility for you being so low. What would it take for you to get closer to a 10, if not a 10? And then you proceed with more word tracks, but use the 1 to 10 scale. Again, why so low? Why so high? I've never had someone buy that was so low. What would it take to get you to X, Y, Z? Again, you're going to repeat all of your big claims, your big hooks, your guarantee. Again, keep in mind, sir, I want you to remember, I want to say this very carefully. We have a guarantee in place that you are going to get your money back in 90 days. You are going to get every dime back in your pocket. We have 30 testimonials. No one has ever not gotten the ROI back. Do you understand that part? Yes. Okay. I am going to get you $1 million in revenue in a year. Okay. We have had blah, 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 just whatever. You keep using that. Keep repeating their problem, Hey, man, you told me that finding people was a big problem for you. Is that still the biggest problem in the business? If they're still objecting, I need to loop back. Did I get the real problem? That's kind of what goes through my mind. I'm like, did I even get the real problem, or are they just BSing me? Because he was telling me his biggest problem is people. I'll ask him, is people really the biggest challenge in your business? Yes. Are you sure? Yeah. And you thinking about it, how close has that gotten you to solving that problem? Not very close. Okay. I'm going to ask hard questions. Again, I have a whole other video on it, and I'm not going to give you a million of them, but the hard questions. Why now? What happens if you don't do this? Who's relying on you to be successful? What's the cost of doing this? What's the cost of not doing this? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? What else? What else? What else? Okay. 8, directly confrontation. I'm going to say these words. Just level with me, dude. Just level with me, okay? What is your real concern? Because nobody ever needs to just think about it. Again, I'm not going to use this tonality, or I might, depending. But just level with me, man. Like, what is your real concern? You know? And number 9 is do not forget to close, okay? At the end of the day, when you are going over each one of these, you need to then say, you know, hey, look, I understand you need to think about it. At the end of the day, like, this is going to be the best decision we ever have. It's $1,500. What card do you want to put that on? I completely understand, man. Hey, look, I don't like that close. I don't like to say, like, what card do you want to put that on? I hate that line, to be honest. It has not worked very well for me. I like to say, dude, let's do it, man. We have your back. We got your back for life. We're not going to let you down. Let's give it a shot. Let's do it. Let's rock. We got your back. We're not going to let you down. You just need some help. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, man. Just give me a shot. Okay? Don't forget to close when you're done with the objection handle. And number bonus, that's what it is. It's number bonus, number 10 technically, is question-based selling is going to be the key to your success. This is taught heavily by Brandon Dawson, and I think that, honest to God, he is probably the best question-based closer in the world. I don't care who comes my way or what happens to me and the reputation of that organization. I think Brandon Dawson is the best question-based closer ever. What does that look like? I mean, he's not even talking a lot. He's just question. He's not doing any statements. Every word that comes out of his mouth, every word is a question. There's no in between. Question for the entire close. It is baffling. He could have a 1-hour conversation with someone, and it's a very productive conversation. And there are no silences. In the entire 1-hour conversation and coaching call was just questions. It is quite baffling. Now I'm going to dive into WordTracks, but I need to make one thing super clear, is that you don't need to close them on the call. If it's a really good client, at the end of the day, I'm just being curious. I just want to maintain communication. I don't have to like close somebody on the call. I don't need to blow people out. All right. I'm just trying to give you the framework of understanding, questions to ask yourself, and then some tactics to make sure that you get a clear objection. Because I don't want to follow somebody up this is a part of the understanding. I don't want to follow somebody up for months and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you know, here's the actual objection. And I'm wasting all my time sending them a cute personalized follow-up and calling them. Like, that's so much wasted. I'm wasting my life following up because I was too scared to confront them and be like, yo, what's up? What's the real concern here? All right, I'm going to give you some basic ones first. So these are all variations of I need to think about it. Call me back in a week. And that's going to be the rest of this video. It's just going to be word tracks if you'd like to watch. So call me back in a week. I'd love to call you back in a week. Let me ask you, what's going to change between now and a week? He's going to figure some things out. Is it really going to take you a whole week to figure this out? Well, I got a bunch of things going on. Most business owners I speak with, they don't have time. Do you know why? No. They haven't learned to create time. That's exactly why you should do it, to learn to create more time for yourself, to work on the business instead of being in the business. One of the things my mentors taught me is about operating with attack speed. What they mean is that once we've found a potential solution to a problem, we act quickly so you can go back to the business and you can continue to work on it. All right, look, at the end of the day, your program starts today. Let's start working that muscle of making fast decisions on this call. All we need is a business name and a form of payment. My only job is to lead you. It's to what's best for them, and what's best for you is almost always out of your comfort zone. And you're gonna fight like hell to stay in your comfort zone. So by you not doing this, which actually makes me tear up because I hate to see my client not reach their potential. Okay. Are you ready for a change? No, not right now. And again, here's an important note, is if you don't confront it, then they will never think about it. Communication is gonna solve all issues. I forgot that's actually at the top of my sheet, is that even if they don't close, you confronting them makes them really actually think about it, all right? You're giving them something to think about. Well, listen, when you think about the growth of your business on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being it is growing crazy, you are trying to keep it under control, or 1 is it's not growing at all, it's kind of stagnant, where would you put the growth of your business? Like a 5 or a 6. If you could grow at an 8 or a 9 or a 10, what do you think the elements would be that you need to have in place in order to do that? I'm using some question-based closing. And again, I'm using all of these after I've done the framework of isolating it. Then I'm gonna dive into some of my longer closes. How can you justify spending XYZ money is the name of this one. I don't want you to think about spending 8 grand. Listen, I need you to think about spending 40 grand when you come out here, because that's gonna be us educating you in our coaching program. After that, you're gonna spend another XYZ amount of money, like maybe 100 grand with us, to do everything and to get you to dream outcome, dream revenue. And then you're gonna wanna spend this amount of money. So they're gonna pay us another XYZ amount of money. And when that's done, you're gonna want us to do it even faster. So you're gonna pay us XYZ amount of money. So at the end of the day, you're not actually gonna pay me $8,000. You're actually gonna pay me $500,000 when this is all said and done. How can you justify spending $500,000 with anyone on anything? I'm going to exaggerate the problem. I'm making the number bigger. Have you ever spent $500,000 on anything in your life, or even know anyone that spent that much money? Okay. I'll say something like, hey, you're going to be in the same coaching program that other people that have had similar levels of success have had. What do you think they saw that gave them enough confidence to invest that type of money with us? That's exactly what you're going to get. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to need you to just give us a shot with us. We got your back. We're going to help you out. Got it. Okay, here's another one. What info? It's called the what info close. When you're taking time to think about this and waiting, say we reconnect next year, for example, between now and then, what data would you need to define about our company in order for you to have full confidence in making a yes or no decision? This is the call me back in a month WordTrack. So, okay. Hey, and this is actually very logical. I really like this one. Hey, John, I just want to make sure we're on the same page because I feel we might be misaligned right now. Is XYZ the biggest challenge right now, or did I miss something along the way? Yes, that is the biggest challenge. Okay, got it. And tell me, why is that so important for you to solve right now? XYZ reason. Okay, got it. And I understand that, and what's prevented you from this is XYZ. I'm weaponizing the information. Finding the team of installers to execute on the things you mentioned are important? Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I certainly agree with you. And what's ultimately taking the time that's stopping you from casting the vision? Sorry, I fucked that one up. Yeah, I certainly agree with you. And so what is ultimately taking the time that's stopping you from casting that vision? XYZ. Got it. And so where do we go from here? And then an objection comes. Absolutely. You should want to think about it. It makes complete sense. And let me ask you this. How long have you been hoping it's going to resolve itself? A few months. And how much progress has it made in terms of resolving itself in the last few months? Not a lot. Yeah, I completely agree with you. And given the choice between hoping it's going to resolve itself or actually knowing how to resolve it with other business owners who have been in your exact same shoes and also had the results, which do you envision is going to help you get to your goal the fastest? Well, it's probably going to be doing with you. Got it. You have the confidence in yourself to put yourself in a position with people who have actually done it, that you can convert hope into strategy. I do, but I gave up. Oh, wow, it's about you. It's not about me. Okay. I agree. Knowing you've got a team full of people depending on you. If you're not sure about this, I mean, who is? Well, I don't know. Got it. Now, here's the question for you, though, is do you have the willingness to take a step to solving it, as opposed to sitting in the thing, which we've established isn't changing for you? Yes. Sounds like you made a decision. Sometimes I'll use a little bit of humor in there. Dude, if I let you off the call with an objection like that, they're going to throw me out the window, man. No, they're going to fire me if I let you out here with a think about it objection. With a wife objection? Come on, man. Come on. Be real with me. What's your real concern? What's going on? Maybe he'll say it a second time. Dude, I know you were not giving me the think about it objection again. Come on, man. I'll do a pause. What's really going on? Here's the dentist analogy, okay? If you come to the dentist, right, and you have a cavity, are you going to go back home, think about it, keep chewing on candy, and then hope to figure out a solution? Or are you going to say, yeah, doc, I need you to perform a minor surgery, and yes, it's going to feel uncomfortable in the short term, but in the long term, we're going to fix it, and it's going to keep you healthy. Yes, of course this might be uncomfortable, but if this is the most uncomfortable thing, then thank God. Because realistically, the most uncomfortable thing is you guys having had started the business in the first place. And again, these are just, this is if you want to use it, if you just want more material, if someone like that, you've gone through everything and they're still like, I need to think about it, there's a formula to it. You just loop back. Like, it sounds like I'm not really, it sounds like there's another concern here. It sounds like I haven't gotten the real problem. I mean, how much of what I said do you really believe? But if you want to use specific lines and WordTrack still, you can use some of these. Like, I still need to think about it. And how long have you been thinking about? Completely understand. I need to agree. And how long have you been thinking about the XYZ challenge? And in the past few years of thinking about it, how much has thinking about the challenge actually solved it, right? Not a lot, right? It's similar to the one I just said. And we know that on our end, that's why thinking about it is your way of getting off the phone. It's by deferring and deflecting. So let me ask you, you wouldn't still be on the call with me if you weren't at least hopeful that we could help you with XYZ problem. Would you agree? Well, yeah. Well, hey man, what type of return would you need to see in what quantity of time in order for you to go, okay, these guys are different, these guys can deliver? Well, I need to see XYZ and XYZ. If we could deliver your revenue by blah, 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 would you consider that a great return on your investment if we increase your revenue by XYZ? Yes. I am a 10 out of 10 confident that if you apply the data we're showing you, then you'll see that type of increase. So let me ask you this. Are you the type of operator, if you have the data on hand to scale and drive results for your business, are you the type who will apply it? Oh, I am. Great. The only thing that would be holding you back is fear and doubt. So let's do this thing. I'm a 10 out of 10 confident that's going to help you out. It's $500. What do you say? So this is a part of a whole series. It's very cold out here. So if you enjoyed this, it's going to be a part of the series that you'll see it right here. Please click on this series, click on this video. Thank you very much. Thank you to my mentors as well. I'd be nothing without you. Leave a comment. I'll help you out. Subscribe, like, and show respect for Bob Ross in the comment, dude. Bob Ross, oh my God, dude, RIP, died a second time, bro. Fell off my bat, dude.